Hey Max, I just got off work. I'll go buy something to give your parents, then I'll head back home.
Got it, Veronica. But I'm hungry, so make sure you come home soon. Nat says she wants to eat soon too.
Hey, you know, I keep telling you, but we're both working full-time. Maybe you could make dinner sometimes, Max?
But your cooking is much better than mine.
Your cooking is good too. Can't you at least make dinner when I'm going to be back late? We can take turns if you want.
Oh, I get it. You're taking it out on me because you've had a bad day at work, huh?
No, that's not it.
You say that, but I can tell. You only say these things when you're busy at work.
If you know I'm busy with work, then that's even more reason for you to cook. Whose fault do you think it is that I've had overtime for the last few days?
Huh? Are you saying it's my fault?
It's because I'll be behind on this project from staying with your parents. 3 whole days, Max.
But they keep pestering me to go see them. They want to talk about moving closer to us too, so don't make me the villain here.
I told you that I'm against that, didn't I? Who was the one that asked them if we could stay for a few days so we could talk about that?
It was me. But we're married, so my parents are your family too. You could treat them better, couldn't you?
I would, if they treated me well back. You know that I'm not fond of your dad. Don't you remember what happened when Nat was a baby?
Oh, when Dad saw you breastfeeding her? That was so long ago. You're holding such a grudge over it when he just saw you by accident. Does it matter when he's family?
He was a stranger to me not that long before, and I only just had Nat. I think anyone would feel disgusted to be peeped on by their father-in-law in that situation. I won't ever forget it.
You just felt that way because we'd only just got married. It's been 10 years since then. He didn't mean to do it, so you should forgive him.
How could I forgive him? I don't even want to go to their house.
But if we don't visit, they'll just come over to ours.
And it's your job to stop that, Max. Didn't I tell you that there'd be no second chances? If your dad does anything like that again, I will leave their house.
I know. But I couldn't stop them this time. My parents want to spend some time with Nat.
I know they're good to Nat because they adore her. But I don't want to live on the same street as them. They might call me cold, but I just can't. You promised me this before we got married, remember?
But I do think we'll be able to focus on work more if my parents live very close. We can get them to look after Nat, right? They can help around the house too.
We've been able to cope so far while we both worked. And really, the housework would be fine if you actually helped me, right, Max?
I guess. Fine. Just try not to decline so forcefully to my parents.
Then you should help me when we talk to them. So no agreeing to their plan, got it?
Fine, I get it. Veronica, where are you? I heard you and Nat went for a walk?
We're exploring the hills out back. Nat found a squirrel earlier, so she wants to find it again.
It's almost dark, so you should get back soon. Mom says she wants a hand with making dinner.
I know, but I don't want to see your dad. After not seeing him for so long, literally the first thing he said to me was, "You've put on some curves." That's not a normal thing to say.
He didn't mean any harm by that. He's from an older generation, so he doesn't know what's appropriate these days. Aren't you being a little too sensitive?
Maybe. But it didn't exactly make me feel great.
Just ignore him. Anyway, don't go near the guest house. There's someone with a very twisted head in there.
Twisted head? Isn't it just Franklin?
Yeah, I didn't think my brother would be visiting as well. I wish I'd known so we could have visited another time.
I've greeted him a few times, but he seems normal. I said hi, but he responded normally.
Ugh, don't say hi to him. In fact, you shouldn't speak to him at all. Even if he speaks to you, ignore him.
Okay. But what's so strange about him? I didn't notice anything different about him.
He's kind of creepy, and he's always watching anime. You know, a weeaboo. I spoke to Dad about it, but he's probably not interested in women his own age. It's probably why he's still single past 30.
Isn't that a little harsh? I think the stage you get married at is different for everyone. I watch anime sometimes too.
But the stuff he watches isn't the normal kind. And when I was back in high school, he peeped on my girlfriend at the time while she was in the bathroom.
Wow, is that true?
He's disgusting, right? He got beaten by Dad because of that. Anyway, don't go near the guest house anymore. I don't want him to meet Nat either. He's the kind of person that might end up on the news because he did something to a child.
I got it. If you're so insistent, I won't go near the guest house.
Yeah, that's for the best. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm going drinking with my local friends after dinner.
Really? You're going to leave me and Nat alone?
After you eat, it's just brush your teeth and go to bed, right? You'll be fine without me. We'll speak tomorrow about moving house.
But...
You should show them your parenting and help them around the house. My parents were against us both working full-time, remember? They're from a generation where it's normal for the women to be stay-at-home moms.
Hey, wait a minute. They don't think I do the housework normally? Then you should tell them that I do!
Well, I know that. But my parents don't. If you show them that you can take care of the family, they won't use that against us when we decline about them moving close.
I don't get this at all. Fine. But come home quickly.
Well, I'll make an effort.
An effort? I came here even though I didn't want to. You need to support me a little more.
Fine, I get it. When we have the talk with my parents, I'll be on your side, Veronica.
As you should. Oh, will Franklin be joining us for the talk?
I doubt it. Our parents moving doesn't concern him.
Of course it does. They're his parents too. They're considering moving because they're worried about our living situation. Franklin should be involved too.
It's fine. Don't worry about him.
I'll at least tell him that we're having this talk.
It's fine. I told you already, didn't I? Don't go near the guest house where he is.
I won't take Nat with me. Then it should be fine, right?
Talking to him won't do any good. Just don't go near him.
Then you should tell him, Max.
I don't want to speak to him.
Then I guess I'll have to talk to him.
Well, it's not my fault if something happens. I tried to warn you. It'll be your own fault and no one else's. Hey. Why did you leave the house? I'm hungover and I've got a splitting headache. I don't want to deal with this. I'm really not in the mood for this.
That's my line, Max. I called you so many times, but you didn't pick up.
I was drinking with my friends. I couldn't help it.
My butt you couldn't. You heard what happened yesterday, right?
Yeah, Franklin went under Nat's bed covers in the night. I told you that my brother was a pervert, didn't I? You still went to speak to him after I told you not to. This is your fault.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you that this was caused by you speaking to Franklin. It's because you went into the guest house when there was no need, so he took that as an invitation. You can't just do whatever just because my parents aren't going to be living close.
What?
And you left even before we had the talk with my parents. My parents say they're so disappointed in you. They said that they want a daughter-in-law who treats them well. I don't know if it's going to work between us like this.
Right. I agree. Let's divorce. I can't do this with you anymore either, Max. Getting divorced would be the best thing for both of us.
No. I only said that half seriously. I didn't mean that I wanted to divorce you.
I'm saying it completely seriously. Anyway, what? Franklin went under Nat's bed covers? Is that what your parents told you?
They did.
That's wrong. Your dad was the one who went under Nat's bed covers. Franklin actually tried to stop him. Your dad's face is swollen, right?
Huh? Dad said he got hit when he tried to stop Franklin.
I was watching the whole thing right next to them. When Nat woke up screaming, your dad was right next to her. Nat says Franklin tried to help her as well. We didn't just both imagine that.
Oh. So it wasn't Franklin after all.
You said that Franklin is a sick pervert, but not only is he normal, he's kind. He actually gave us a lift away from your parents' house. It's your dad who's sick in the head.
Wow, what are you saying? Why is Dad sick?
He snuck into Nat's bed. And he even lied that it was Franklin who did it. If that isn't sick, I don't know what is.
My dad's her grandfather, so it's okay, lol. He just wanted to cuddle with his granddaughter after not seeing her for so long. He probably made it Franklin's fault because you guys noticed and he was just embarrassed.
What? Are you being serious right now? He snuck into the room where we were sleeping while you were gone. I was even sleeping beside her. Your dad is a filthy pervert. He's a twisted old geezer.
What's your problem? Why are you insulting Dad?
I'm not insulting him, just stating the truth. I shouldn't be asking you why you don't understand. Do you even realize what he did to your own daughter?
Stop treating Dad as if he's a weirdo. You always twist everything he does to make him look bad. How self-centered are you to be so self-conscious about him seeing you breastfeeding Nat?
I see now. It's like Franklin said.
What is?
He said that even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me, Max. You said that in the past, Franklin peeped on your girlfriend in the bathroom. But he denied it, right?
Of course, anyone would deny it. They don't want to be treated like a criminal.
He told me that that was your dad too. Franklin caught your dad as he was peeping on her. He said that he pinned the blame on Franklin. He was forced to become distant from the family because he found out your dad's secret.
But he could just be making all of this up. There's no evidence.
There is. There's footage of your dad sneaking into our room.
Footage?
Franklin went to your parents' house for a purpose. He thought that your dad would try to do something creepy. So he was trying to get some proof.
Are you sure that's true?
What's the point in me lying about this? Nat even told me that when she was having a shower, your dad went into the bathroom to speak to her. It's very suspicious behavior. Why would he go to the bathroom and speak to her from behind the shower curtains? I can't help but wonder what would have happened if she was getting changed.
Hey, come on now. Stop thinking in that way. You're being dramatic. He's family. I feel sorry for Dad.
What? You're going to take your dad's side even after all this?
I'm not taking sides. I'm just doing what's right. Stop accusing him of doing strange things when he's family. This is horrible.
You're the one who's horrible, Max. Nat says she's creeped out by her granddad, too. I don't need you if you're not going to protect me and Nat. I should have divorced you sooner if this was going to happen.
Just calm down, Veronica. What a joke it would be to divorce over something so small.
It's no small thing. Not for me or Nat. And this isn't just about your dad. I'm getting sick of your behavior too, Max.
My behavior? I've been a good father, haven't I? Aren't you satisfied?
You believe your father over me and our daughter. We both work full-time, but you feel entitled to me doing all the housework. You show no concern for your daughter. You try to protect your parents over us after what we went through. I've had enough. Enough of everything.
What the hell? I wish I'd listened to my parents.
Huh?
Women with careers get full of themselves. It's exactly as they said. Just because you could make it on your own, even if we divorce, you insult my parents. You won't quit your job, but you won't let my parents move close by. You're selfish and always whining. I should have married a more obedient woman.
Fine then. So, we agree to a divorce? We'll be leaving the house immediately.
Veronica, hi. It's been a while.
What is it? Didn't I tell you not to text me other than for seeing Nat?
Actually, I wanted to apologize to you and Nat. I was wrong.
Okay.
After we divorced, my parents moved in with me. They couldn't get hold of Franklin. So we were living normally until recently. But Dad got arrested.
Oh? What for?
You know the Hartleys next door? Dad was stealing laundry from their little girl.
Really?
Yeah, really. And when they searched his room, he had items of clothing from other women and girls too.
Right. So, now you believe us.
I'm sorry, I was so stupid. It seems like Mom knew from before about Dad's sick habit, but she ignored it. Now she's just holed herself up in her room. Please, help me. I can't look after the two of us alone.
And? I'm not your wife anymore.
I'm begging you. The house is a mess and the neighbors are looking at us coldly. I feel myself getting depressed as well.
I'm sure it's tough for you. But this is what you wanted. You chose your parents over us.
But I didn't think Dad was actually guilty.
I understand wanting to believe in your own father. But I told you so many times, didn't I? This could have gone differently if you'd listened to us back then.
Veronica, let's fix this. I'll really make an effort. I'll protect you and Nat from now on. I'll contribute to the housework too. I won't burden you with everything. I'll work hard.
Max.
Let's sell this house and buy a bigger property to build a house on. We can't live here anymore. It'll work out as long as we're both working full-time. We'll build a guest house for my parents.
What? So your parents will live with us too?
It's fine as long as we have separate living spaces, right? We just look after them sometimes.
You don't get it at all. I'm tired of this. Divorcing you was the right decision after all.
But they're family. We should take care of them, right?
You're still saying that? What if your dad tries to do something to us again?
I'll protect you both if that happens.
It'll be too late after the fact. Anyway, what makes you think you could protect us next time when you couldn't before? I'm not living with your parents, nor you. Nat and I will live with just the two of us.
Veronica, didn't you love me? If there wasn't this problem with my parents, our marriage will have continued.
I thought about that. But I think this would have happened between us eventually. I thought I should move on after considering that.
But why? Why does this have to happen?
Because I have no choice. You didn't stop your dad from peeping on my breastfeeding. You laughed as if it was normal when he snuck into Nat's bed covers. You said it was normal because he's family, that we were being overly sensitive. I can't deal with your way of thinking.
I just want you to support me. Please. Help me.
You asked for help when you didn't help us. How convenient. Of course I wouldn't live with those people.
But I can't even move house like this. The house is a total mess.
You said you'd contribute to the housework earlier, but maybe you should do that now. Stop relying on others. If you can't do it now, that wouldn't magically change if you moved in with us.
No. I'll make an effort. Please come back, because I'll help out. I'm begging you.
I don't want to live with a criminal. Stop trying to drag me and Nat into this. You said you want to marry a more obedient woman, didn't you? I'll never forget that. I will never choose to be your family again. After that, Max contacted me several times. I guess he was really struggling. He even waited for me in front of my workplace once, so I reported him to the police. They put a restraining order on Max. He stopped contacting me since, so it looks like he gave up. I heard that his dad was at it again and did something similar again. He was arrested. Again. I'm really glad that we didn't end up living with someone like that. Max is busy with his dad's court proceedings and paying compensation to victims. But this is what he wanted, so I hope he takes good care of them. Nat and I moved away, and we're living peacefully. Nat's taken a liking to Franklin after he saved her. She sometimes borrows my phone to text him. Their conversations are all anime, so I don't really get it. But I'm glad to see that they seem to enjoy talking. It's great that Nat has such a caring uncle. I'll make sure that Nat is taken care of and protected.